Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode for Infinity Wars. This is a trading card game and I've only played a little bit so far, but it seems pretty cool. That's why I'm covering it on this channel. And I'm going to show you here some gameplay against an AI opponent because I currently have not unlocked the player versus player. I can't get that until level 3. So right now I start with a basic starter deck for one of the factions called the Flame Dawn, and in this game your cards are animated. That's kind of one of the draws, I guess, of it, is that they are animated. And they do look cool, but of course animated cards is not why you come to a trading card game. But the gameplay does seem interesting. It seems different than other trading card games, and that's the reason why I wanted to try it out. So let's jump into the campaign, and the campaign will give us an option to unlock more cards before we play against other players. Alright, so this is the campaign. This is for the Flame Dawn. Here we go. Okay, so we do have different campaigns for the different factions in the game, which I'm just learning about right now. So apparently you have Warpath, Genesis Industries, which have like these drones, which I fought before. The Flame Dawn are pretty cool, by the way. Cult of Aurora, Descendants of the Dragon campaign, Sleepers of the Avarak, the Exiles, and the Overseers campaign. Wow, that's a lot of campaigns. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's start with the Flame Dawn campaign 1. Telic is a world torn apart by war. Genesis Industries supplied every nation with weapons and armor, their partnerships keeping them safe from the strife. Now the wars were over, the Flame Dawn had won, and the only foe remaining was the Genesis. Yeah, the Flame Dawn, pretty cool. Wait till you see their cards. Yeah, like these are pretty cool. So there's a lot going on the screen. We'll get into it here in a bit. Bromik, the time has come to bring down our allies. For too long they've pandered to the highest bidder, selling their allegiance. The world will finally know peace and order. Bathe them in a baptism of fire, for the world will be reborn anew under the Flame Dawn. For the Dawn. For the Emperor. They kind of remind me of Space Marine, Fanatic kind of guys. Alright, so, like I said, a lot going into this game, so let's go one by one. Up here we have the health and the morale of me, health and the morale of the opponent. On each card, I'll bring it up here. Look at that animation, it's pretty cool, right? So these guys have melee and guns, and they have kick-ass looking armor. They look pretty cool. So up here you see the resource of the card, and down here you're only going to be seeing the resources. Your resources go up every turn as far as I can tell. Yeah, increase by 1 every turn, kind of like Hearthstone, and so that's shown up here, and this shows you how many resources it takes to make or to bring those into your support zone. So most cards when you play them, unless it's an ability like this, let's just demonstrate this. So this has 1 resource, we have 1 resource. I'll play the card. You can also just hold, click and drag into the support zone. All your characters, unless they state differently, start in a support zone, and from the support zone they generally can't do anything. It's kind of like what's it called, a magic, when they're summoning sickness. That's basically what they have. They can't do much. There are some cards that do things in the support zone. Over here we have the, I think this is the battle zone. I can't remember what they call this zone, but from this area right here they still cost resources to bring into the actual battlefield, the support, assault, or defense. So it's kind of cool because if they're put here, then they can skip the whole, they need to go into the support zone first. You can place them wherever they're needed. So the way that the attacks go is that your opponent is obviously trying to destroy your health. And the only way they can do that is if they deploy people into an assault zone. The assault zone will always attack the enemy's fortress, which is your health up here. And then the defense zone is there just to defend against the assault zone. The defense zone, as far as I can tell, will never attack the enemy's castle. So that's why they're split up like this. And there are cards that do things in the support zone, so it's pretty cool. So let's just kind of go through the gameplay. Here's our deck of cards, our graveyard, and oh yes, on this card up here, this is the morale cost for the amount of morale you will lose if a character dies, which is what this morale is right here. So there are 2 ways of losing this game, either through health or you just lose a lot of units if you're drawn into a long fight between you and your opponent. You just keep throwing enemies at each other, which is also, I think, a pretty cool feature. So let's end planning. Oh yes, also, if you read this, once both players have finished their planning, the turn will then be resolved. So players are taking their turns at the same time, so you can't really react since you're doing it at the same time, which I also think is a cool mechanic for this game. So let's end planning and see what my opponent did. They summoned, this is what we drew for the turn. Knight of the Flame Dawn, 2 resources, loses 5 morale. Just look at that anime, like that's so cool, right? That's so Space Marine. They have a sword and a damn pistol. I love it. This is their attack power and their health. Health does not regenerate at the end of every turn like it does in Magic the Gathering, so you have to be careful on that. So that's what we drew this turn. And my opponent last time played a Overload Drone. And this character, at the end of each turn, it will gain +1/+1. So you don't have to bring your support zone characters into the game. So in theory, this opponent could leave this person up here in relative safety. I say relative because there are things that can still target people in the support zone. But he can just keep pumping this creature up every turn. I am going to go on the assault here and move this guy down there, and that's free. So now at the end of the turn, this person will attack through the defense zone. And again, we're doing our turns at the same time, so I cannot see if my opponent is placing this creature down here at this turn or not. Alright, so I have 2 resources left. Let's see what this does. Flame Dawn Commando. That's so... He's just like, I'm going to so kill you right now. When you deploy Flame Dawn Commando, he deals 4 damage to target deployed character. So I'm assuming I should be able to target this one too. Because that is deployed. Command Zone. Okay, that's what this area is called, the Command Zone. I couldn't see it because the cards are covering it. So when this turn is resolved, this guy should kill him, I believe. And then we have 1 turn left, or 1 ability left, so we could do a Stumble. Return this character on the battlefield to its controller's support zone. We don't want to do that right now because, well, they don't have anybody in the assault or defense zone. And this person's already in the support zone. So let's just play this Flame Dawn Footman, I guess, from the command zone, and we'll place him right there. Now, again, I'm new to this game, but as far as I can tell, the characters will attack the characters adjacent or in front of them. So I think this kind of matters where you put them on the zone, but I'm not 100% sure on that. All right, here we go. So yes, the ability goes into effect at the end of the turn. That guy is killed, and then we do deal 14 damage to the opponent's health up there. All right, next turn. Call of the Crusade. Create 3 4/2 Flame Dawn Aspirants in the assault zone. They cannot be removed from this zone. So the Flame Dawn Aspirants have charge. So that means on the turn they come into play, they can go into the assault zone. This is going to automatically do that, but it costs 5, so we can't do that. Vicious Ransacker. When this deals damage to a player's fortress, all characters in that player's support zone take 3 damage. So that is something I'm going to want to put into play. And then we'll be able to assign that to the defense or assault zone next turn. And then next turn, we will probably play this guy. While he is in the assault zone, all other characters gain +2/+0 in the assault zone. So that's going to be a pretty cool buff for all of our characters here. That's in planning. My opponent brings out a 0/20. This is mainly for defense. So next turn, I'm assuming... Ooh, that's cool. Look at that anime. That's pretty good. Like, yeah, that's sweet. Does he have a cigarette? Is that what I saw? Do it again. Do it again. Ah, well, whatever. All right, Legionnaire of Dawn. It's a 9/5. He does have a cigarette. Awesome. Okay. Not that smoking is awesome, but I don't know. It's just, anyway. It reminds me of, like, StarCraft. Remember the old StarCraft cinematics where Space Marines are always just sitting there just smoking? Like cigars. Alright, so this character has reach. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, the defense column has reach, so he can block characters with flying. I don't have any flyers, so that doesn't really matter. But he does have 20 hit points, and there's a good chance he's going to be deployed to the defense zone. Very good chance. So, well, for one, we're going to be playing you. And then I think we will definitely be playing you. So we'll buff all of our characters to a 7, well, +2 attack. And that's all we can do, so we'll end planning. Yep, there we go. When you deploy a support drone, target creature gains +3/+3. Oh, so they were also deploying this guy. Again, I couldn't see because our turns are at the same time. So now he's going to deal 3 damage to this guy. But we're going to go down the line. Oh! Oh, okay. This is the first time I actually fought against a defense golem that had attack. Yeah, so he's dealing his attack damage to everybody. Oh, that's brutal. That is so brutal. Okay. I did not know that. I assumed once you dealt attack damage once, that was it. But no, apparently if you have like 100 hit points, you'll just keep dealing your damage to everybody attacking you. Wow, okay. That's cool. Holy crap. Swift Strikes, ability card. Target character attacks an additional time this turn. Interesting. Well, I think I'm going to drop this to get 3 4/2s in the field, which would turn into 6 2s because of the, what's his name? Field Commander Bromick? And that's all we can do. So let's do it. Oops. Return to the graveyard. Yes, whatever. How do I get you back into the graveyard? Uh-oh. Oh, done. Okay, there we go. So they deployed the support drone that came into play last time, and he's going to kill our footmen. But then we're going to deal massive damage, 45 damage. So I think my opponent is dead. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's right, because that's their assault zone. I was like, wait a minute, that's their defense zone. No, it's not. Alright, so what are they bringing out this time? An 8-5-8. Okay, so can't have up to 8 hit points, but only has 5 right now. Because we dealt damage with the Ransacker. So they took damage right in there. Okay, what else do we got here? I mean, I guess we can do that. They're basically dead anyway. Is there any other thing we can show? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's play this card and we'll target this unit to put it back into its support zone just to show it. And we'll play this cool person into the support zone. Play you in the support zone, and we'll call that a game. So there we go. They go back into the support zone before they can attack. And now we deal massive damage. And our Ransacker just dealt 3 damage to everybody up there, which actually killed the support drone, which is not in my plans, by the way. But that's some cool combo there. And victory. We're fighting against a crazy badger thing. Before the skirmishes could devolve into an all-out war, a strange rift appeared. Massive beasts poured forth from it, causing disturbances in the lands held by the Dawn. They withdrew off Genesis land to investigate. Now we're fighting beasts. Gigantic beasts have appeared and trampled our towns and civilians. Protect our new lands. Hunt down these invaders. For the Emperor. What is this? Burning Prejudice. Return target character on the battlefield and all other characters with the same name to their owner's support zones. And they become exhausted. I think exhausted means they can't take an action the next turn. I haven't actually seen that in effect yet. Alright, so we have 2 people with charge right here. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I think... Well... Yeah, I think I'm going to play this person. And then next turn we can pop out 2 of our chargers. I'm not sure what I want to do, actually. Well, we'll just intern. I also gotta see what my opponent has. So, in the command zone here, we have 8 9s just waiting to come into play. I gotta be wary of that. And a tusked behemoth. 12-14. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Well, I think we deal what kind of damage, or what damage we can. So let's just play these 2 now. Because my opponent can't use any of these yet. So we'll do that, and then we'll deal some damage. 13 damage. And that's what we drew. Okay. Brings life by passing. While Brings life by passing is deployed, you have 1 extra maximum resource. Oh. Oh, I have no cards I can deal with that right now. Move target character on the battlefield to the support zone. At the start of the next turn, it becomes exhausted. Okay. Definitely going to be needing that soon, I think. Well, let's play you in the support zone and you. And we're most likely going to be coming across one of these 8 9s. So 2 of our guys are going to die. But I need to have it this way, I think. Yeah, because this way we deal 5 and 4, so 9 damage. If I put this guy at the end, we'd only deal 8, so he'd end up killing all 3. Yeah. That's if they deploy to the defense. They don't. Oh, because instead they played Untapped Wilderness. Warpath costs 1 less to play. Warpath. This card is Purity. This card requires a deck to contain a single Warpath Purity to be included in the deck. What? Untapped Wilderness. Location. Warpath cards. Oh, okay, so Warpath is just this faction then, right? So, yes, okay, because you can see right here, this now costs 2 instead of 3. Oh. Okay, so yeah, location cards, I'm not sure how to destroy those yet. They just kind of sit in the support zones and do their buffs. Oh, boy. Okay, so I think we're going to need to deploy you. Let's deploy... you. You don't do anything special, right? No. And then we'll deploy... how's this going to go? My character, or my opponent has 5 cards. They could play the 12-14. If they do that, I guess we'll want these 2 up front to kill the 14. So let's try that. Yep, okay. So this beast kills 2 of our footmen, but we do kill the beast. And now we deal 31 damage. Take that, you wild beasts. Alright, well, I guess we just play these creature cards. Because there's nobody to stumble or exhaust, because these 2 are already in the support zone. And now, my opponent can play these 2. So how do I want to set this up now? I guess we want to do that to kill 1 outright. And we'll do this, because he won't die to them. So she'll kill him, and then he will kill him and still have some hit points left over. Oh boy, what is that? Or my opponent spends all of its mana summoning this. A card that has reach. Don't show that again. Jungle Giant. An 8/18 with reach. Oh boy. Okay. I wonder if I can preemptively... like, select this, because I'm pretty sure my opponent's going to play this, right? So let's play a card. Jungle Giant is not currently a legal target. If Jungle Giant is still not legal when this ability resolves, the ability will have no effect. So is this going to be a risk then? Does my opponent actually play this card? And also, what's the order of things? Does my ability go off first, or does the cards get pulled into the battlefield first? I don't know. Let's try it out. I will continue. And in case it doesn't work that way, we need to plan on killing this guy. Which will be like this. There we go. We'll lose 2, but that's fine. And we'll now put these 2 right here. And play you. Alright, so they are played first. Okay, nice to know that. And then my opponent put it in the assault phase, which is weird, because now they're dead. Anyway, that was good to see though. Now we know that creature cards are moved before abilities take place. Okay. Flame Dawn needed the aid of Genesis technology to conquer the New World. Another truce was called, and the 2 nations banded together to create the United Talic Front. Okay. Together they pushed through the rifts and made claims to the lands on the other side. Most of this land is populated with megafauna with little intelligence. There are some humanoid beast hybrids, but they lack the ability to communicate with us. I declare this land void of inhabitants and claim it in the name of the Flame Dawn. These Xeno creatures are not smart enough to be considered humans or whatever. Anyway, okay. Ooh, we got some new cards. Alright. Give that man a jetpack. Yeah! That's pretty funny. He's so happy. Target creature gains flying. That's great. Give him a jetpack! Ah! I like that the mouth even animates, at least for English, for give him a jetpack. Alright. Overloaded Soldier. Pay 2, he gains +2/+2. Is that going to be permanent? I wonder. We'll find out. So for right now, we could play a support drone, which, when you deploy a support drone, target character gains +3/+3, so we don't want to play him yet. We'll support you first. And in planning, my opponent plays nothing, but also has these cards in there. Hakim, a unique character. When Hakim enters the deployed zone, all characters you control gain unstoppable until the end of turn. I'm assuming that's like Trample from Magic the Gathering? Maybe? in the deployed zone. So I guess one of these three. All creatures? All characters. Okay. He's only a 4 cost. What do I want to do? Let's deploy you. We'll bring you into the assault zone. In planning. And now you should be a 2/3. Okay. So now my opponent can play this 10-10, but where would they play it? In the assault zone, maybe? Give that man a jetpack. Oh, it's not give that man, just give him a jetpack. I'm thinking we deploy you there, and we will give you a jetpack. In case they drop the 10-10 on this field here. Give that flame soldier a jetpack, please. Alright, so they instead paid for 2 of those beaver badger looking things. I love that. That animation's great. That's so good. Alright, so now what I want to do is we want to deploy you to the defense zone. And we want to deploy the support drone and give you +3/+3 so that we can block one of these badgers if they go, and also block the 10-10 if he drops into the assault zone. I think that's a good idea. And then we can put you... Where would we put you? I guess it doesn't matter because she's gonna... Oh, wait, no, wait. Does he have reach? No, he does. Did he have reach? No. Okay. So yeah, I guess it doesn't matter because she'll just fly over the blockers anyway. Alright, so she gets +3/+3, so she'll survive that guy. Ouch. Ouch. Haha! Got a jetpack. And then so she'll kill both of them. Alright, that's good. So now we have this 12/7 that can't block our flyer, which is good. We have 5 mana to play with, and he can die to the 12/7. So we'll do this. We'll activate that. We'll grab 3 characters down here. They will finish him off, and then maybe we'll play him. Oh boy, more badgers. Call of the Crusade. Yep. Alright, so he's dead. Resolute Knight. 2 lives. If it would die while it still has a life, it lives and loses a life instead. Really? It's a 7? Yes, got it. It's an 8. Ah, but it can't kill these badgers though. Because I was like, oh, what if we can have it kill one of these badgers? I need another one of these things to buff this guy up. That's pretty cool. Well. Alright, no, we play you to buff their attack up this turn, and then we'll play these 2. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. So we win next turn unless they block us. Vicious Ransacker. Oh boy. I think this is the better call. And can I move? Okay, so yeah, you can move back and forth. But the thing is, we win if they don't block. So I'm gonna stick with it. Yes! We actually... Are we gonna both lose? No, okay, cool. We win. That got a little scary. A little bit. Alright, so that's going to do it for this first episode, showing off this game. I think it's pretty cool so far. I'm probably going to go through the campaigns some more, and then maybe come back and show some other decks off. But this Flame Dawn deck, it's pretty cool. I mean, we can give somebody a jetpack, and they're very happy about it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Take care.